Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Saturday, number 24 day for this month of June 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Koni Lukong. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where it bring una the truth. It bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work out for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Good people of Ambazonia, we start today with big protests for France as Paul Biya Bivondo ide for the big conference where Emmanuel Macron idan call am for many African leaders and big businesses for Africa for design a new economic model and financial model for the African continent. Paul Biya, a departure for Yaoundé, it be marked with secrecy and even outright deception as Paul Biya try for fool the so-called Cameroonians and the Basque movement, where the Rambi famous for protests against Paul Biya a presence in the European capitals. In an attempt to deceive them, Paul Biya cancelled a flight and leave Cameroon without any official motorcade or any official departure, as traditionally have been, with him handing over some authority or his presence of his office to the Prime Minister. Paul Biya left Cameroon in hiding and appeared in France together with his son, Frank Biya, who is slated to be the next in line in La République du Cameroon system of political dynasty that have been promoted throughout the France-Afrique War. The nephew of Paul Biya, Louis Paul Mutengene, featured prominently in all presentations made by the state of La République du Cameroon. Mr. Louis Paul Mutengene is being seen as a favorite by the French government to lead the Cameroon government, shadowing Paul Biya, who is less known within the political realms, even in France, let alone in La République du Cameroon. Paul Biya attempt to avoid protests have failed as the people, the Basque movement, launched an attack against Paul Biya in the hotel where he was based in France. One of the Paul Biya's bodyguards was beaten up mercilessly, while the French government deployed hundreds of policemen to stop the protest that was staged outside the hotel that was hosting Paul Biya. They chanted, "We are not tired." Paul Biya, the murderer, Emmanuel Macron, the accomplice. Notably absent have been the Ambazonians, who have suffered more than 30,000 slaughtered in their land. No Ambazonia had paraded any picture of those who have been slaughtered in our country. Neither do any Ambazonian organization did attempt to organize any protests. Ambazonians are more focused in staging presidential campaign-like rallies in Nigeria to demonstrate their fight for dominance, rather than organizing protest marches aimed to broadcast the carnage of La République du Cameroon in our land. Neither do any Ambazonian activists show up or mobilize themselves to do so. For other news, La République du Cameroon, they can be listed as one of the countries them by the Financial Action Task Force on this Friday in the list of grey list of countries them where they need increased monitoring internationally. The list will be famously called the FAT, a list of countries them where they be believed to get high deficiencies in their regimes in terms of money laundering, terrorism financing, and proliferation financing. Only Cameroon and Vietnam was added to the list of countries that includes North Korea, Iran, and Myanmar. Countries that are in this list will face closer scrutiny in their finances, as 200 countries are all membered that uses the FAT standard. The countries include France, United States, and all the big G20 countries are all members. This will mean that those countries will now be forced to take action regarding transparency when it comes to dealing with international financing to La République du Cameroon, and also take preventive measures and in coordination with this organization and punitive measures to help stem Cameroon's money laundering tendency and corruption. This may down the line affect money transfer to La République du Cameroon and other global services that the people of that country enjoy, and that will also directly affect our territory, Ambazonia. These are all signs of a dying economy and a country with little hope of economic viability. Ambazonians must seize these opportunities to continue with the Haiti solution that focus on economic sabotage and the sabotage of critical infrastructure even within La République du Cameroon, to bring La République du Cameroon to its knees. We have increasingly have tough time to deal with major forces, especially the mountain lions, which is the biggest force in FACO, to fully endorse and engage in sabotage actions that are highly effective in liberating our homeland, Ambazonia. While for instance, Bangui, shop owner them, they don't be happy as the Cameroon terrorists SDO, we be come up from Cambe, the DO from Cambe, Mr. Njinda Lawrence, will be wanted. Namanda, we implement torture, collective punishment for instance, Cambe, where it then results to several disappearances. Since La République du Cameroon be transferred for Bangui as a result of an affair, a scandalous affair with one of the government La République officials and for Cambe, where it leads to the attempted assassination of a wife. This Njinda Lawrence, this criminal, he then seal up shops them for inside Bangui, say that obey goes down. All shop them inside Bangui, then decide to close their door them in protest of that illegal action. Today, finally, it then come on seal the shops them. So Ambazonians shops them inside Bangui, they go fit continue for do business and observe their right for close their door them every Monday. I want to inform our people them, say they get all right for close their shop and obey goes down. Now both even their right, even that under the La République, their constitution, then get right for close their shop at will. Any man where the camp can stop person say me, open your you must open your shop for Monday. It work illegally. So this measure them for begin close people that shop them because they obey goes down. Now a criminal act, and our people them and our trader they need to treat such colonial officials, whether na GO or na mayor, as criminals. These are people carrying criminal action using terrorist occupation forces. Treat them as such and approach this matter as such. Every trader have the right to close their shop whenever and whatever time they want, especially those who are registered, who have paid their rent, and even if they have not registered, even if they have not paid taxes, so long as they occupy premises, shop owners, business owners have the rights ultimately to choose whether they will open their doors or not. So all Ambazonians should continue to close their shop every Monday to observe and demonstrate to the world that our people do not accept this union with La République du Cameroon. Our people are demanding for separation and outright independence, which is our rights that we are entitled to as a people, a sovereign people with the right to determine the political outlook of our territory. For instance, Menchum, the colonial duo for the way it represent the interests for Ndawara, Mr. Aliou Abdoulaye, it then come out to publish the list of La République du Cameroon government teacher the way they be obey Ambazonia and their guidelines and their ban for 20th May. He said he then pass the name for all those La République government staff the way they no be attend 20th May celebration. La République is sanctioned them. Would want to say congratulations for all the teachers the way they did for this list. Make them contact me, provide their name. They will be treated with respect and honor by our Ambazonian forces whenever they want to visit their villages and whenever they go around businesses. All Cameroon government activities such as 20th May and 11th February are banned and are forbidden in Ambazonia. Participating in them is a mockery to our people and justify and enable Cameroon continue brutal military operation in our territory. It should be a badge of honor for anybody who is being punished for missing or refusing to participate in the genocidal parade that make mockery of our own identity and history. Just imagine our teachers where they be punished by La République du Cameroon if some of them fall victim against our own excesses sometime within Ambazonia. I talk this, they highlight the case of those who have been kidnapped. I call it kidnap in Ndian, because Ambazonian forces do not have any right to just hold anybody at random just because that person is working for La République du Cameroon government in some capacity that does not make match up any definition of an enabler or a collaborator. And this case in Ndian is a very sad case where one Mr. Elias Fru, I think for those who have been following the issue, when a student was kidnapped in Boyo University, and it was on the news, they paid ransom. This time now, the father of that same child have been picked up in Ndian. The father name is Elias Fru. We have been working hard to identify the particular group that is involved in this kidnapping. We have not had any success so far, but Mr. Fru, who is also a very prominent religious leader, or you can call it religious notable in the Catholic Church. He is the Secretary General of the Catholic Men's Association. They be arrest, kidnap, picking for Boya, we a student for University of Boya. The man struggled for pay 750,000 for the release of his daughter. So he don't go for Dian for go try for work for some mills, for some oil mills, processing mills where he don't struggle for setting up. Now way the one common boy they don't hold for Dian. Any Ambazonian group will be involved. Make them know say this one a crime, we will not go ever accept them. Me any man they kidnap in the name saying Ambazonian struggle. Any man will kidnap a whole man for no reason. Because you want to take money, you are committing a crime. You have become a criminal. And we cannot accept that those actions represent any legitimate actions done on behalf of our struggle. Mr. Elias Fru should be released with immediate effect. And every Ambazonian group should know you don't have the right to go around picking up people randomly simply because they look good, they dress good, for the sole purpose to extort them from money. It should stop. And we will continue to expose any force that is involved in such barbaric action. So fellow Ambazonians, I want to take this moment also for update our people about the incidents for Big Babanki, because it be ongoing, and for Boyo. When I know say our forces them for inside Boyo, they be done announce a lockdown for that road for Boyo until the task force for Cameroon it go come out for inside Boyo, and the one way they fight for Babanki they go come out for day. So we monitor the situation, and I then talk for our soldiers them for both Babanki and for Boyo, make them immediately open the road once those Cameroon terrorists, their armored car them, then leave those our area. So long as that military operation is ceased for exist, with the need for reassess the situation and make a determination for end the roadblock, because it affect our civilian life very, very tremendously. So make our civilian them then take note and make no man in no try for disobey a law where it be legitimate and where it grounds and be for our eyes, where all we would see how they don't kill innocent people them. Now where they block that road. So yesterday we don't get report say we get a driver where be try for pass for Belo Road. They ran attack the motor. They wound one of the passenger them for the motor. And then yesterday also for Friday, for around Manjong Junction, they few meters from Big Babanki. I think just a few kilometers from Bingo Baptist Hospital. For those people they know those particular area, they ran burn one motor for day where they try for violate that law. And we ran here say one youth way he be run, time way they be kill some of those people them for inside Babanki, one of the eyewitness, and we be report where to be happen, where they be catch them to take them go for inside Bamenda up station. The boy Idan last die. He be there for inside Mutengene hospital for take treatment hiddenly, because the Cameroon government the worker find people the way they be eyewitness for their crimes for execute them. So it don't just be confirmed. So one of those victims will be succeed for escape. He be arrested for Big Babanki. They be lock them all for up station for Bamenda. then bring them back for they then be part of 4 people now identified as people who were arrested, detained, and brought to Babanki and executed in cold blood. Our hearts goes out to the family, and we'll continue to pray, make the family then be make justice come for the death of this Pekin them, where they don't join the long list of our people, where they don't be slaughtered with by La Republique du Cameroon. Fellow Ambazonians, also with the call on the Ambazonian Governing Council for ask for the opening of the road for inside Mbengui, especially now where La Republique, their terrorist deal, it done finally open our shop. These 2 things them, it no be link, but the roadway the pass for Alabukam, it done be blocked for too long. Our mami them, where they for that area, those mami them, they be at the core mami the way they be stand protest against La Republique, their brutality and the killing of our innocent people. Nadine Takumbung, they be lead the first protest who will be organizing for Bamenda. Today, the same mami they complain. See, they know if you go to farm, go harvest their bitter leaf. They know if you go to farm, go do their things, and they need for worker go all around. That roadblock needs to be open as soon as possible. We cannot justify the continual locking of that road for more than 2 months. So that road should be open with immediate effect. I've reached out to our forces, and I'm also doing so publicly because this is a public interest once something have been prolonged for this long. Any Cameroon terrorist military checkpoint where if we there for that area, if we always move them, we don't go suspend the life of whole our entire civilian population hostage unjustifiably or indefinitely. All our shop them where they there for inside Alabukam day, the one where they there for Bengui Park, Nchwalam, Ala Nki, right up to Ngembo, all of them, they ran the complaint, say they no fit lock their shop them business, they ran the 4 why business that they go on for other places them around town. Those restrictions, they need for come down, and they need for come down very soon. So the Bamenda Bengui road need for be open up or be justified for why they need for continue for close that road. Now the road that really pass through Alabukam. So those roads that don't be locked for too long, our population, they need justification if that road needs to be continually being locked. We cannot lock those roads and close shops them indefinitely. It must come to an end, or at least justification need to be provided why those roads block the need for continue. Those are some of the things where it be very critical for our struggle and the mindset of our people. Our people them also, them be very, very happy with the direction where we push the struggle. At least 90% of our assessment for our forces then they from our back, and we go continue for steer the liberation struggle through a more inclusive liberation struggle where all man go feel included. So we go continue for march forward, and we ask for our soldiers for continue for follow guidelines where them be rational and where they go protect the interests of our territory. We'll also be very happy for see how the population they don't be very happy with the relief from the ban against brasseries drinks, as that ban it don't be uplifted. It don't really create a very nice atmosphere within our communities, and it don't reduce tension the way we be unnecessarily between our forces and our civilians them, and we'll continue people that they move towards those repairs to make sure say our soldiers them they go get the necessary support and cohesion with our population at large. Capo Daniel signing off, looking out for you.